Alrighty, here we are for round one with our Esper control deck. We are gonna be on the play as we won the die roll. And this looks like a pretty good control hand to me. Turn 1 we get a hold up Spell Pierce. Turn 2 we can counterspell. Turn 3 Jace. Turn 4 Solemn. Good stuffs indeed, my friends. Good stuffs indeed. Obviously this hand is cold to an early creature. Like if they just play a turn 1 Goblin Guide, oh man, that's going to feel really bad. Hopefully we can fade it though. I think the linear aggressive creature strategies are perfectly good in this format, but people are trying to do cool things a lot of time. Team Draft Super League is currently going on, but I am not playing this week. Let's see what the opponent does. Swamp. Okay. Good old Swamp. Ooh, a Vampiric Tutor. I think we still just lead with Island here. Hold up Counterspell. Just in case the opponent plays like a Pack Rat turn 2, I'd really like to counterspell it instead of risking it. Granted, going for, or playing the Swamp there and Vampiric Tutoring would let me like Ashiok next turn. But again, I just don't think there's any risk or any reason to risk it. Our deck doesn't mind sitting around for a bit. Arbor Elf. Okay, well, I'm not going to counter that. And we'll just pass the turn. Celestial Colonnade the draw. I'm just going to go ahead and jam the Jace and draw a card immediately. Opponent can't kill it next turn with the Arbor Elf. And if they do attack it for 1, then I can uptick Jace next turn. So this is a turn where I'm a little bit vulnerable. Oh, they must be Reanimator. Bazaar of Baghdad. Okay, this might have not worked out for me. If the opponent discards some fatty and then reanimates it this turn. Although I do have a fine plan of Vampiric Tutoring for, say, Damnation or something like that. Grizzlebrand and Emrakul, as well as Survival of the Fittest, have been discarded. Okay, so if they have a Reanimate spell here, we might be in a bit of trouble. Hopefully we can fade it for a turn. Alright, looks like they're going to attacks. That's good. If they don't play anything, that's real good. Whew! We avoided it. Alright. Uptick Jace, see what we find. Play out our Colonnade and just pass the turn now with the Counterspell open as well as Tutor in addition to it. Pivotal turn. Very pivotal. I could even Vampiric Tutor for like a bribery. That wouldn't be bad. I guess the downside of not playing Courtyard there is that I don't have double black next turn. But it looks like we want more blue anyways, so I think this is fine. Like now, if they don't do anything relevant, I can hold up Counterspell plus Spell Pierce. Shallow Grave Emrakul. Let's just Spell Pierce. And I would lose if I did that. Because they could untap their forest, so let's Counterspell that instead. Almost punted. They would have only gotten back Emrakul, though, which doesn't seem that great. But, I mean, it still hits me for 13. Alright, Jace taking another one. And I think I don't mind Vampiric Tutoring here. A lot of good options, of course. A lot of good options. Jeez. Is it greedy to get Bribery? I don't think it's that greedy. Let's get Bribery. And hopefully hit a land off of the Jace. Just going to -1 here. Okay, didn't hit a land, but I can Solemn. Solemn protects our Jace. I could go land Power or Worn Power Stone there, but I think this is fine. I do need to kill the opponent, though. Let's see if they have like a Necromancy or Recurring Nightmare here. Corpse Dance Emrakul. Okay. So that was their game plan, it looks like. Just Shallow Grave the Emrakul hit me for 13, and then Corpse Dance the Emrakul hit me for 13 again. Just to note, they could have bought that back if they had untapped. It looks like I'm going to 5. Alright, well, this is a little bit terrifying. I guess we cash in our Jace at this point. Don't want to give him any extra cards. Vindicate. Okay, that seems pretty good. I think I'm just going to Bribery here, though, and hold up Spell Pierce. Maybe we can hit some nice ones off of their deck. They're going to Entomb in response. I guess that's what we Spell Pierce. As clearly they have something. And they're going to use the Bazaar of Baghdad in response too. Nice. So hopefully whatever they were going to Entomb for, they don't find in their top 2 cards. Wormcoil Engine, Library of Alexandria, and Putrid Imp discarded. 2 cards left in the opponent's hand. I mean... So they do have Necromancy, Reanimate, Channel, Fastbond, Buried Alive, Mind Twist. We're going to get the Avenger of Zendikar here. Two unknowns in their hand. And I think we're in a good spot now. Yeah, and they scoop. Awesome. So playing against Reanimator. Shackles could be a thing. Absent is also pretty good, but just hitting the double white is hard. Kalitas doesn't really do much because it doesn't say from anywhere. Just when a creature dies. I think we should have good game versus the Reanimate deck, actually, right? Yeah, Balance, Vindicate, Control Magic, Damnation, Bribery, Cut. We should be okay versus them. I think we're just going to run it back. My sideboard options aren't too great. And yeah, this is a very easy keep. Again, very good hand, very reactive hand, but Balance, once they reanimate a fatty, is going to be real nice. And we have early game to interact with them too. Okay, turn 1 Putrid Imp. Vindicate, also a good draw, should they resolve something versus me. Strip Mine! Well, that's no fun. No attacks, huh? I guess I'm just running out my second island then. As this way, even if they strip mine me end of turn, I get to hold up Spell Pierce. Bazaar, uh-oh. Opponent's got some good ones. Avenger of Zendikar, Wormcoil Engine, and Wall of Blossoms are the cards they discarded. 3 cards left in their hand. And I don't know why they're not attacking me for one, but I guess I'm okay with it. Alright. Let's play our Swamp now that we drew Penthead Prism. Maybe line up a Vindicate on their Bazaar of Baghdad next turn. Okay, they're going to use the Bazaar again. Draw 2, discard 3. And let's see what they discard this time. Buried Alive, Corpse Dance, Liliana of the Veil. Okay. Heck, I mean, at this point, maybe I just vindicate their swamp and kind of laugh, huh? It's too greedy, though. No reason to do that. Yeah, not sure why that Putrid Imp hasn't attacked. They have some game plan, I'm sure. Let's Vamp Tutor end of turn. Get like Ashiok. Or even Bribery. Bribery seems decent. Bribery get their Emrakul. It's probably not bad. Well, Ashiok's a pretty quick clock too, and she's better, or it's better with balance and the counters that I have anyways. Plus, they've already been using their Bazaar, so effectively milling them for a turn is pretty good. As Ashiok just hits 3 lands straight up. Yeah, excellent shape here. Okay, use the Bazaar. How bizarre. Do. Necromancy, Raphelos, and Emrakul the discards. Looks like they found a land finally. But 2 of their reanimate effects gone already. As they strip mine my land, sure. Is Putrid Imp finally going to attack? Hey, it did. Good job, Putrid Imp. Good job. And then no place. I dig it. I dig it. Alright, let's uptick Ashiok again. Entomb, Sylvan Library, and land. And again, just passing. I could get super greedy and vindicate their land, though. I wouldn't be surprised if they scooped. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna get greedy. Don't try this at home. Don't try this at home. forest for the opponent, who's milling out pretty quickly here. Doesn't take very long to Ashiok an opponent out of the game. There they go. Now they're attacking the Ashiok. Okay. And another pass. Library, land, land. The hit this time from Ashiok. As we draw a card that's not very easy to cast right now. I can cast it, but then I can't hold up my counter spells, so. Alright, Bazaar of Baghdad activation. Opponent goes down to 11 cards in their library. Discards Mind Twist, Birds of Paradise, and Grizzlebrand. Murderous Cut, a good draw too. Good insurance. Fast Bond, Reanimate, and Swamp the hits now. Opponent is down to 7 cards after they draw. And yeah, we're just milling them out. Just milling them out. You can have that back. Actually, that was a pretty loose play, as Spell Pierce might not be able to counter it next turn, but so be it. The Murderous Cut putting me in a pretty good spot. Alright, eat 3 more cards. Craterhoof, Mental Misstep, and a land. And the opponent's simply going to be milled out next turn. As they go to 3 cards in library, Ashiok is a 1-hit kill. Shallow Grave back, Emrakul or Grizzlebrand. And we can just cut him up. Cut him up. An opponent draws in response and dies. All right, so there's round 1. Stay tuned for round 2.